Shammy bowls, Warner edges and he's out, into the keeper's gloves. It's an uneasy stay for Dave Warner that ends at 15.
Yes, he's been tentative, he's been caught in the crease on quite a few occasions. And Mohammad Shami, as he does so often, the ability to get really good players out, great position of the seam.
Ashwin 31 for Steve Smith, 30 centuries, facing again, beaten, it's gone! Steve Smith's gone for a second ball duck, safely pounced by KS Bharat. Ashwin's on fire, and hearts are sinking across Australia, because this was the day they needed Labuschagne and Smith to go big, and they've been both dismissed in the space of 3 Ashwin deliveries. Facing Ashwin, 2 wickets in his previous over, 2 in 3 balls. Bowls here, Khawaja reaching for it and taking him down to long off where Siraj does the fielding. 3 for 93, and Khawaja in the process raises a half century.
Shammy's bowling to head, edges and caught in the cordon. Shammy saws off heads, outside edge. And the return of Travis Head does not do the trick for Australia.
That ball there, shorter length, outside off stump. One of those sort of balls, Travis Head could have left it. He could have let it go, but he threw the bat at it, and a good catch there.
He's doing it again. Oh, and he's caught spectacularly at what amounts to square leg. KL Rahul. Khawaja hit it so sweetly. It flew in the air and was hauled in.
I mean, if you've been hearing Jared and you're saying, okay, I want to see the replay of that, then the replay will tell you it was a very good catch, but will not capture the beauty and the athleticism of KL Rahul, who's already taken an excellent catch at second slip, and he's plucked this one out literally, and you can understand why Usman Khawaja is sitting down there almost in disbelief, because he's done more things right than wrong on that occasion. He probably thought, I've hit it well enough.
Ashwin bowls and Carey's edging and he's caught. He's gone for a duck. Pouched at first slip. Virat Kohli takes the catch. Ashwin gets his third. And Australia gets nothing out of the keeper. And now matters are worse.
Jadeja around the wicket. Bowls Burpee. That is superb. 2 wickets in the over. Jadeja against Australia. It's always such hard work. He's in the book for a 3rd time. India go bang, bang.
Shammy rushes in and bowls to line. Bowled him, stumps everywhere. And so ends the juicy knock of Nathan Lyon. Shammy got him in the end.
Shammy in again, he's bowled him. He's knocked Kuhneman over, that will be the end of the innings. So Jadeja's no ball not costing India too dearly. Hanscom will remain not out on 72. And Australia, well, they won the toss. They chose to have a bat first. They've scored at a pretty decent rate today, but they are all out for 263.
Line bowls round the wicket. Forward he comes, hit on the pad, Rahul, and he's given. That looked a very good shout. I'd be surprised if he reviewed it. KL Rahul has been given out on the field by Nitin Menon. It straightened as it did a number of times in his first over of the morning. 2 seconds to go, and he has sent it upstairs.
I'm seeing hitting absolutely in line. It's hitting below the knee roll. From what we're seeing at the moment, it's an optimistic review. I suspect it's a review more out of hope.
1 red, 2 reds, and it is a 3rd red on the basis of umpire's call. Playing from the crease, hits the pad first. Lyon thinks it has, and a decision to make for umpire Menon. Lyon is down again, pleading with Cummins to review it. Hitting in line, 2 reds, yep. It's hitting halfway up the middle stump. Nathan Lyon's done it again.
Shreyas is on 4. Lyons around the wicket to him. He turns straight to Hanscom, who bobbles it. He's hung on. He's claimed the catch. Oh, that's brilliant from Pete Hanscom in close. The turn was very firm. It's all reflex. It bobbled around and he found a way to cuddle it in.
What a catch, what a catch. These ones stick, and it's stuck for Peter Hanscom.
Kuhneman wider of the crease, inside edge or pad first? That's the question. It goes Kuhneman's way. Virat Kohli given out leg before wicket for 44. He'll send it upstairs.
Is that instinct or certainty?
First two are red, no concerns there, and it is umpire's call. Kuhneman's got Coley.
Umpire's call.
Matthew Kuhneman's first wicket in Test cricket is for Coley, a judge leg before wicket, confirmed by the third umpire. He's gone for 44.
Lyon bowls. Barrett sweeps top edge. Smith's going to get it. Takes the catch. Lyon gets his 100th wicket against India. He's got 5 in the innings. Barrett perishes, sweeping for 6. And Australia are running through. Aksa swings hard. Caught. Cummins. Sharp chance at mid-on. Tumbled over as he took it. Patson, I didn't even see it, but somehow it's in the hands. Aksa falls for 74.
Jadeja in again, and this time a lap sweep. And that's gone. What a catch that is! Shreyas Iyer with an absolute blinding catch there, under the helmet. No reaction time at all. Low down to his left. Wow! The crowd on their feet for that one. Khwaja can't believe his luck. He's dragging himself off the field, and India have their first breakthrough. 1 for 23.
Ashwin over the wicket to Smith. Across the line. It got through onto the pad and he's out. LBW. Ashwin strikes for a second time on day 3. Smith just missed it. He got down to have a slog sweep. And he is pinned in front. He is going to send it up for review. It's a forlorn Steve Smith departing the middle of Arun Jaitley Stadium. It is a savage blow struck by R. Ashwin.
Jadeja pulls it, he gets through Labuschagne. Keeps low, crashes into off stump. That is the big wicket. Labuschagne, the third man to go this morning, knocked over for 35. Australia lose their 4th wicket with a score on 95, and of course it's Jadeja. It's always Jadeja.
And it's a tribute to Jadeja's accuracy and the alliance he has formed with the pitch.
That's from the finish here. Renshaw sweeps, misses, shout, gone. Finger went up with the appeal. Renshaw was committed to the stroke. Ashwin beat him in flight. He'll send it upstairs. Renshaw looks in trouble. It's straightening. It's hitting. Hitting the middle stump halfway up. You better believe they're going to lose their review. And Matt Renshaw is on his way off the field for 2. Jadeja to it's the slip. Handscomb's gone for a duck. Jadeja does it again. The collapse is well and truly on. Australia 6 for 95 wickets with consecutive deliveries. Coley making no mistake at first slip.
It's a house of cards and it's crumbling at the moment for Australia.
Bowls here, swings and he's bowled! Knocked over, tried to sweep, winning it hard, had his off stump bent back. Jadeja's on a hat trick. Australia is 7 for 95. They've lost 4 for none.
Did he get out after Jadeja bowled the ball, or did he get out in that tunnel while he was coming in to bat?
Occasion to carry, he's bowled. He tried to reverse sweep. He got done, all ends up. And the off stump is uprooted. And this litany of disaster for Australia is unending.
They're too good, these two. Especially Jadeja, once he gets into the groove and the pace at which he bowls. He was far too clever.
Jadeja bowls reverse sweeping, it's all done now. Kuhneman had no idea what was going on. Stumps rattled yet again, all out 113. What a shambles.
Murphy bowls. Pujara uses his feet and strikes the winning runs. It's a lovely blow down to long off. Pujara, in his milestone 100 tests, secures victory for India by 6 wickets. It's a day in Delhi that will haunt Australia's collective cricket memory. A position of such promise left in utter ruins through a sweeping madness and through some mad sweeping. And by the end, it's a 4th straight series that India will lift the Border Gavaskar Trophy in. Day 3 at Delhi promised to be memorable. It was, but in all the wrong ways, Bharat. A spectacular Australian batting collapse, marked with some of the maddest sweeping you could imagine. and it was all gone so quickly. And I know that's one of the qualities of the game here, but 115 balls in 91 minutes, and Australia had lost all 9 wickets and didn't have a target worthy of defending.
I'm still shaking my head, Jared. I'm sure you are, and I'm sure most of the members of that Australian team are right now. Because the collapse in Nagpur we almost saw coming. Yes, Australia had not made enough runs in the first innings, had let India make 400, and you could see they lost the game already in their heads by the time they came out. This one came from nowhere. When play started today and Travis Head cover drove Ashwin for 4, you thought, all right, we're on to something special. Travis Head's going to put on a show and set the stage up for Manas Labuschagne and Steve Smith. And those 3 are gone. And then before you know it, like you said, they come, they sweep, they get out, and they go. And it just fell in a heap. And even though, and the way India chased down, you realize that even if Australia had made 60, 70 runs extra today, or either they'd got a 60, 70 run lead yesterday, they could have made a game of it, but 116 or 117 was never enough.
So the sweeping is clearly the big story out of this, is to listen to the Indian players, Pujara, Jadeja. You just don't sweep on a pitch like this. Australia's going to have to be accountable as to how they all came to the same conclusion that it was sweeping or bust. And it was bust.
Oh, it was bust in a hurry as well. I mean, last week we saw they were all stuck in the crease, no proactivity. Here they said we have to be proactive, and that for some reason meant just sweeping. Even Steve Smith opting for the sweep. And for me, really, what was emblematic of the collapse was Pat Cummins' shot. Yeah. Not just because it came off his first ball. He walks out to bat, they take a drinks break, so he has 2-3 minutes to compose himself, and then he plays that shot. That kind of tells you that it wasn't an individual decision, but a collective decision that we need to go down fighting or we need to go down sweeping, and it didn't work out. And then India kind of showed you on a turning pitch how you go about it. They used their feet. Even KS Bharat towards the end used his hands and wrists and played in front of the wicket, and that always works out.
It's just so hard to get into a winning position on these shores, and Australia did. As Rohit Sharma said, he felt they were a long way behind the game. Usman Khawaja felt like Australia ran the game the whole way through until day 3. So that adds to, I think, the abject nature and to the profound disappointment that will be felt. The trophy is in Indian hands, 4 straight series. So 2 in India, 2 in Australia. So it speaks of an excellence and a superiority, and to watch Ashwin and Jadeja go about their business. You've just come from Pat Cummins' press conference. How would you summarise, depict how he is?
I think even though he said they're not in shock, he wouldn't use that word. He still looks a little dazed about how this game is panned out, and you nailed it. I think very rarely do you get to run a game to this extent as a visiting team. They did that. They were on top till maybe the first 15 minutes of play today, even after Travis Head got out. And to lose the way they have from that point just tells you, like, where to next? What do you do next? Last week you were too timid. This week you were proactive, and neither have worked out. So where to next? And they have 8 days between now and the next test to kind of get their heads around it. Firstly, to kind of get their heads around what happened here, and then to how they want to approach. Because one difference between this and the Ashes is the series is not over. No Australian team has drawn a series in India, so there is motivation for Australia to go out there, put on a show in Indore and Ahmedabad, and have something to take back home.
There are big questions around technique and big questions around temperament at the end of it, and it is a batting collapse that does belong with Trent Bridge and with Cape Town to send tremors through the collective cricketing community. So that's my Delhi experience. It was heightened, I tell you that, Bharat. It's been a heightened experience.
I'm so glad you made it, Jared. I really hoped this would be the close finish that we all hoped for. 50 runs either way, who knows. But I'm glad you came, and thank you for coming. And as we saw yesterday, India loves you.
Good luck for the rest of the series. I look forward to listening at home. See you all back at home. SEN Test Cricket continues from Indore. But really, it's the conversation, it's the nationwide debate that will be taking hold right now.